Hi there, my name is Stefan, and in this video we'll continue where we left off. We'll work on creating my work, my skills, and contact me sections. As said, in our first part we created the hero section, services, and about me. Now we'll focus on creating my work, my skills, and contact me sections. So let's get going. So what we can do here is, if we take a look at the wireframe, we need to add the heading inside of this container, a little bit of description about my work, and then my work. So let's add the container again, Flexbox, and then copy this, paste it into the main container, and then delete this container that we don't need. Now this will be my work. Here we need to add the heading, and then we need to add the text editor. Now for the heading, we need to actually rename this heading to my work. The background is white, so the heading should be black. Text color black, typography H2, and then alignment center. You can center it like this, or you can use the container to center it, it doesn't matter. Now also let's center this text here. Center, text color is black, typography is text, as we can see it here. It is already selected. Now the content, maybe we can type in something like check out my most recent work, for example. Most recent work. Let's say like that. Now, what we need to do, as I said, we are creating a one-pager website. So in order to have these, to have your work listed here and have the load more button, we need to create a loop grid. In this loop grid, we will show basically posts. So when someone clicks here, they're gonna be redirected to the post so they can preview your work. I mean, there are multiple things how to create this. You can even use portfolio widget, or you can just add the image here, and then when someone clicks on the image, it will go to the work that you created. For example, if you created a website, you can add the image to that website, and when someone clicks on it, it will be redirected to that website. But in our case, what we will do is when someone clicks on this image with the title, they will be redirected to the post, not the page, but the post, where you will have your portfolio created, basically like a preview of your portfolio, where you can add images to the website, or graphic work that you've done, or SEO, and then from there you can add the button so they can go and preview that website or work that you created, or logo, or whatever you create. Now, as I said, we'll use loop grid. So search for the loop grid in the search bar here, and this is what we need. So let's drag it below the text. Now, we don't have anything created, we don't have any post created, we don't have any template created. Now, before we proceed with creating a loop grid template, we need to create a couple of posts, basically that will present our work. So update this page, and then click on the hamburger menu and click exit. Go to the posts and add new post. Give it a name, let's say website design port, or actual website design website 1, or maybe even portfolio website design website 1. Basically what this title should be, it should be the name of your work. So let's say you created a website, you can maybe give it a name. Maybe you can add a name of your website or of the website that you created, or a logo design, or a name of that brand that you created a logo for them, a company name that you create a logo for them, or SEO analysis that you did for a company. But in our case, let's go with portfolio website design, website 1, and then click edit with Elementor. In the bottom left corner, click settings and then change the page layout to Elementor full width. And then let's create the of course the portfolio. In this case, it is a website. So let's add the container, flexbox container, this direction. And if you remember, go to the advanced and remove the padding, or not remove, sorry, but set it to 0. Now, let's create something like, let's add a image on the left presenting that website that you built. For example, a homepage, a screenshot of the homepage, and on the right we'll have a name of that portfolio. For example, portfolio website 1, then a little bit of description about that website. Then we can add a button to lead to that website, and below we can add a couple of images. So in this case, we need a container, and inside of this container, we will add 2 more containers. So you can duplicate this container. This will be a main container. This one will be a, let's say, image plus text. And on the left, we'll have image. And on the right, we'll have text. Now, the direction of this image plus text container should be row horizontal, because we want to have image on the left and text on the right. Now, this image here will hold the image of the website that you created. For example, let's say you're creating a website. Now, in the style here, add the background type classic and choose the image. So let's go with this image here. Select, position, center, and then display size cover. And in order to increase the height of this container, we need to add some text on the right, so the container height will automatically be increased. Now let's add a heading on the right. And as I said, let's give it a name like portfolio website 1. Now in this case, HTML tag is H1 because this is the main title or the main heading of this page or post in this case. Now go to the style, change the text color to black and typography to H1, or yeah, let's go with the H1 and we'll see how it looks. Now let's add the text editor below it, and let's add more text to it. I'm just copying it from Lorem Ipsum website like this, and you can see that the background image is increased because the height of this container got increased. Now this is how it looks. Now I would change this typography to maybe H2. Yeah, that looks better. As I said, this doesn't affect search engines. This HTML tag does, while this is just a style. Now let's add another container plus, and I'll just copy it, paste it into the main container, and then delete it from here. Now here we can add some images. or actually, sorry about this, let's use grid. I would like to show you the grid here. Now let's add grid below this container, and let's delete this container. Now grid is great if you want to have something, let's say multiple, and it is easier to manage the same content, let's say like that. So in the let's add the image here. Now let's add set it to full, and then let's add the same image as this one. Now, if I click on the grid here, you can see that the column, it says 3. So this means that this item here will be, or actually you will have 3 containers in one row, and we'll have 2 rows, as you can see it. Total 6. So basically, column means how many containers in one row. In this case, we'll have 3. And how many rows? We'll have 2. If I increase it, you'll see that adds another row. So it's great if you want to have something, to create something like this. Now, I would just duplicate this image. Of course, you'll have different images here. Now let me show you about the grid. So once again, columns 3. So if I increase it to 4, then we'll have more containers in one column, but we'll still have 2 rows. Now, because I added 6 images, the one image that was in the second row will go up, and then we'll have 4 in one row and 2 in second row. And if I increase it, then we'll have 8 images, basically populating the whole row. Now you can choose 3 or 4. It doesn't matter. I'll go with the 3 and then delete these 2 that I added extra. Now this is how our portfolio will look. We'll just add the button here. So, and I will also add a little bit of space at the top and bottom. So I can do that from the main container, go to the advanced, and then unlink these paddings, change the value to percentages, and then add the top 3% and bottom 3%. So we have a little bit of gap here. And last thing, I would add a button here. Just drag it below the text, and basically say see, or actually, let's see, yeah, like see the website. And then we'll go to the style, typography, change to text, text color change to white. I mean, it was white. And then background color change to black. And then let's remove these border radiuses. Sorry, 0. Set it to 0. Now, as you can see, if I hover over, you'll see this gap here. That's because we have a padding on the container. So if I go to the text, to the advanced, set it to 0. So in this container, text container, will set the padding to 0. And the image container, go to the advanced and set it to 0 as well. So we'll have it like this, as you can see. So I think this looks nice, pretty neat. You can link this button to the website that you want to use as a portfolio. And that's pretty much it. We're gonna create 6 of these posts. So I'm gonna pause the video, pause the recording, and then I'm gonna create 6 of these portfolios. So basically naming them portfolio website 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'll change the images. So all right. So I have created 6 portfolios. As you can see, in the end I named them for the graphic design. I named them for the website design, I named them portfolio website design website 1, 2, and then we have graphic design 1 and 2. I need to rename that. And then we have SEO portfolio 1 and 2. So we have these 6 posts that we'll use to basically display our portfolio on our home page. So let's go back to edit the home page. We're gonna continue following our wireframe. Now let's scroll down to my work. Now, as I mentioned, we are using loop grid. Now we need to create the template. The template that will display these posts or these portfolios. Now, let's click Create Template, click Save, and now with this loop grid, basically what we'll do is, what you can do is, you can create the design, whatever you like, and then pull that information out of the post or products if you have a WooCommerce for online store, and etc. etc. So in our case, we want to display just a title and a featured image. So when someone clicks on it, they'll be redirected to that post, basically what we created. Let me show you. So once we create this template content will be changed according to the post. And from the loop grid, you'll see when we edit it, I can control how many posts I want to display it here, how many in one row, how many in a column, and so on and so on. But before we continue, one more thing that we didn't do is we need to set the featured image for each post, so that when we add the featured image here in the template, the image will be pulled. Let me show you what I mean. So what we need to do is drag the post title. Basically, it will display the name of the post. So it will display these names. Now, here, it will show us the latest post we created. Basically, it will show the information from the latest post we created. As you can see, SEO Portfolio 2. Now, why this is happening is if we go to the settings and then preview settings, you can see the post that is previewing here right now, and that is SEO Portfolio 2. So we can leave it as it is, but know that if you want to change the preview, you can change it here. And this preview is there to help you better visualize how this template will work. Now, we need to drag the featured image as well. As you can see, the featured image is not visible because we didn't add the featured image for these posts. I'll show you how we can do that. Let's style the title now. Let's go to, and also change the HTML tag to H2, or sorry, in this case it is H3. If you take a look here, H2 is my work, and then the title for these cards will be H3. And go to the style, text color. In this case, we need it to be white because our background color for this card will be black. And then typography, we can go with the button text, but let's see how that looks. If we go to the container here and change the background color in style classic, we'll see how that looks. Yeah, I think that works great. Now let's see if we change it to H3. No. Button text. Let's use button text in this case. As I said, featured image is not visible because we don't have any feature image set. Let's update this, and let's click save and back. Now, if we go to my work, you will see all the posts that we created, as you can see it. Now, none of them have the featured image, so let's fix that. So let's go to the post, let's edit this post, and let's change the featured image here. So scroll down this right sidebar. If you don't see this right sidebar, you need to click on the post, or if this happened, if you see it like this, you need to click here on the settings and then post. Scroll down to the featured image. Set the featured image, and then you can choose the image that you've chosen for your for this portfolio. So in this case, it is this one. And we'll pause the video and I'll do the same thing for the rest of the posts. All right, so I added featured image for all of these posts. Now, if I refresh this page, there should be featured images for each post. As you can see it. Now, the only thing that, the only issue that I see here is that this, if we have titles that are too long, they'll be split into two rows. What you can do in this case is to reduce the font size for all of these titles, or to reduce the title. I like the size of these titles, so I'll just rename these so they won't be showing two rows. So let's do that. So let's go like this: portfolio graphic design and just 2. Then we'll go like this: design 1, portfolio website design 2, and then portfolio website design 1. Now that's better. Now if I refresh this, yeah, it looks great. All right, also one more thing is when you create these kind of cards, some of the images are bigger or have a greater height than the rest of the images. What you can do, let's go to media, if I click on this image, we can see that this one is 1920 by 1280. The next one is the same. Now this one is a bit bigger. So what you can do is edit the image, crop it, and then reduce it to 1280 like the other ones. Center it a little bit, apply crop, save edits. Now let's check the other one. This one's good. This one's good as well. Now this one also 1330. Let's edit this, crop, center it, apply crop, save edits, and that's it. Now let's refresh this. Okay, great, that's it. Now we have our work ready. Now let's click on loop grid, and I wanted to show you something. Now, if you take a look at the content and then layout, you can choose which template you would like to show here. This is our, the name of the template is randomly generated. You can rename it, but choose template type post. So we want post to show here because we created these portfolios as posts. Now, this means column 3, which means that if you want to have 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever posts per row, this is where you can control it. And I want 3 posts in one row because we're following our wireframe. And then items per page 6. Now, what does it mean is if we have, let's say, 9 posts, then only 6 will be visible here, but in order to get to the next 3, you can choose a pagination. If I click here on pagination, you can choose which pagination you would like to apply. Numbers, previous next, numbers plus, previous next, load on click, infinite scroll. Now in our wireframe, we have load more. So we need to choose load on click. Now, the button won't show because we have 6 posts created and the limit per page is 6 per page. So if I reduce this to 3, then load more button will show up. Now I'll leave it as 6, or actually let's leave it as 3, and then we can style this button and maybe we can change it to 6. But now you know how you can edit this and how you can style this button. Also, you can choose equal height if there is an issue with the two road headline. Query, we will leave it as post and we'll leave as it is. This means that the loop grid will show the posts that we created and it will sort them by date. So each time you create a new post, it will be displayed here in the first place and it will push the last one down. Now, as I said, pagination will choose load on click. For the button, you can leave as load more, and additional options, we don't need that. Now, under style, we can style our button, and let's change the font to text color to white, background color black. Let me just double check that. That's right. And let's remove the border radius or set it to 0 so it will look like this. That's great. Now let me show you how this works. So if I preview what we created so far, this is how it looks. Looks great. Now if I click load more, it will load 3 more posts up until there are no posts to load. So let's leave it as it is, like this. But now you know how to control this by going to the loop grid content and then columns items per page. So you can change this. If I set to 4, it will look like this. So I recommend always trying to have 3 or 2 per items. Sorry, not items, but items in run row. All right, that's regarding my work. Now the next is my skills. So we need to create a new container or add a new container. So let's again copy it, paste it here, and then rename it my skills. Delete this container. Now here we'll choose actually row horizontal, and then we will add the heading widget here on the left called my skills, and then we'll have images in this row here, basically showing our skills. So let's first of all let's change the background color to black. So go to my skills container, click on style, click on background type classic, and change the background color to black. And then let's add a heading here, which will be renamed to my skills. Also H2. Let's go to the style, text color orange, and typography, let's go with the H2. Now we need to add the image here, drag it here, and then we need this image to be image resolution full, and we need let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 skills. Duplicate, 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 duplicate. 1 2 3 4 5 6 images. Don't worry about this, we'll fix this. Now let's first of all go to my skill heading, go to the advanced, and go to the width here under layout and click custom. This means that we'll choose the width of this, let's say, heading container, just the heading container, to be, let's go with 20 percentages. And we have 6 of these, so maybe we can actually set this to 10%. We'll see. Don't worry about this. This is we can fix all of this. So 10% this, 10% this one, this one. Go to the advanced, change the width to custom, 10%. 10%, and this can also be 10%. Now this means that it is 60%, and we can change this to 40, so it will look like this, and it will be nicely aligned. Now as I mentioned, if we go to the widgets advanced tab and change the width to custom and add the value we want, this means that this, as you can see, pink, let's say, container of this image or any widget will be 10% or whatever you like. We can, with this way, we can control the size of this image. Also, you can control the size by going to the style, then changing the width of the image. Now, this 100% means 100% of this 10% width. So if I change it to 50%, it will be 50% of this container, image container width. But we can remove this and let it be default. Now under content, we need to choose our scale. What I added is these icons. So let's go with the WordPress first. Then let's go with the Elementor, HTML5, CSS. Then let's go with the Photoshop, and then SEMrush for SEO. Now, as you can see, these items here are not aligned. So in order to do that, we need to go to the My Skill container, layout, and then align items center, as you can see it. Now these, actually, SEMrush logo is a bit smaller than these ones, so we can reduce them to maybe 70%. Yeah. So go to the style, width 70%. Style width 70%. 70%. Oh, sorry. There we go. I think this looks great. Let's see how it looks here. Yeah. Maybe we can add a little bit of spacing here, so this won't be close, that close. So my work, advanced, and then let's add padding, top 3%, bottom 3%. So yeah, that looks way better. Great. Now the last thing we need to do is add the contact me section. So let's add the container, Flexbox container. Again, copy it, paste it under main container, delete this one, and then let's rename it contact me. Let's add the heading here, or what we can do is basically we can copy this heading because it will be the same style, paste, instead of my work, contact me, and then add the form, drag it below contact me heading. Now let's take a look at our wireframe. So what we need is first name, last name, email, message, and then submit button. So in order to do that, we added the contact form, Elementor contact form. If someone types in the information that you asked in the form, you will receive that information. Now name, actually before that we can exclude the label, and we can have only the placeholder. So in this case it will be first name. You can delete this, but label is not visible because we turned it off. You can duplicate this and set the placeholder as last name. And we have email and message. Now, in order for the first name and last name to be in the same row, you need to choose the column width 50, and that we need to do also for the last name 50. So they'll be in the same row as you can see it. Email's fine, message is fine, as you can see it. Now, buttons. Let's change the alignment to center so it won't be stretched across the whole form. And I suggest that we change the contact me container width to maybe 800. So it won't be stretched that much. This looks better. Now under style, let's go to the border. Sorry, I'm wrong widget. Go to the form and then go to the style, and then let's change the field. Let me just check. So we have field background color is black, so we need to change the background color of this this form fields to black, and then change the text color to white, and then also change the typography, or the typography is already set as text, so that is great. Let's change the border radius to 0, so it won't have any curves here. And then let's go to the button and change the button background color to black, text color to white, border radius to 0 again for this button, and let's change the hover effect, text color orange. So when I hover over it will change the orange. And let's do this. Let's change the text padding to 0 and unlock this. Now let's add a little bit of padding. 10 top, right 50, bottom 10, left 50. So it will have this design. And that's pretty much it regarding the form. One important thing is under email here, you can choose at which email you would like to receive this input. You can also control the subject name, like for example, contact or website contact form. And then all fields mean that the message that you will receive in the inbox, it will include all of these fields. So you can check that also on Elementor article on how to style this. And what else? Yeah, actions after submit. Collect submissions means that if someone sends you a message, those information will be collected in the Elementor submissions here. So you can always check that if someone sends you a message, you can always find everything here as well. And with that, we created our one-pager website. One last thing that we need to do is to link up our navigation with the rest of the website. So what we need to do here is we have, as you can see, about me, my work, and contact me. So we want to link those menus with these sections. So let's open up the navigator and let's click on the About Me section or container. Go to the advanced and let's add the CSS ID. So what does it mean is that in the basic CSS, you can link parts of the page with the navigation. So if you click on About Me, you will be redirected to this About Me section, because this menu item or this navigation item will be linked with the CSS ID. So let's add this About-me. Now let's link my work. Let's go again to my work container, advanced, CSS ID, my work. And then we have contact me. Again, click on the contact me container, go to the advanced, CSS ID, contact me. Right, now let's update this, and now we need to add this into our navigation. So let's edit the header, click on the icon list, and then go to content, about me, and then you have this link field. Now in order to link this, you can do it like this. Click on the hamburger menu, then view page, and then copy your domain or your URL of your homepage or your domain name. Then click again on the icon list, go to the first item in the list, paste the link, and then after the whole URL, we need to add this hashtag and then about me. So this basically is the CSS ID that we added for the About Me section, and this will help browser understand that needs to visit this website and then go to the certain part of the page. And we need to do the same thing for my work. So paste the URL, then hashtag my work, and then contact me, paste the URL, hashtag contact me, and update this. Now let's preview this. If I click on About Me, you will see in the bottom left corner, you'll see the link. If I click here, it will go to About Me. If I click My Work, it will go to My Work and then Contact Me. So this is how we can link certain parts of the page in the navigation menu. So we have completed creating our one-pager website, and as you can see, creating with Elementor is super easy. And in our next video, we'll focus on optimizing our one-pager website for mobile devices. So once again, thank you for watching and stay tuned.